there design cutters, Renee back with an Illustrator-based tutorial for a sweet save the date card. We'll create our layout utilizing a character creator and some cute hand-drawn supporting elements while using basic Illustrator techniques. Follow along by downloading the freebie pack at designcuts.com. Open Illustrator and go to File, New. In the New Document dialog box, enter a width of 5.5 inches and a height of 8.5 inches. Under Bleed, make sure the link icon on the far right is selected to apply our input to all four sides, and enter a top bleed of 0.125 inches. Bleed is used to allow a margin of error when cutting down a print so no white edges are visible. The piece is printed with a slightly larger area of coverage, then cut down to the desired size. 1/8 of an inch is sufficient for most pieces. At the bottom of the Layers palette, double-click the name of the layer, Layer 1, and change it to Background. Select the Rectangle tool. Click on the foreground color swatch at the bottom of your toolbar to bring up the color picker. Enter CMYK values of 10, 5, 5, 60, then press OK. Make sure to change your stroke color to No Fill. Click once on the artboard, and in the dialog pop-up box, enter a width of 5.75 inches and a height of 8.75 inches. To center the rectangle on the artboard, open your Align palette, and under Align Objects, select the icons for Horizontal Align Center and Vertical Align Center. If nothing happens when you click on the Align icons, you may need to change your Align To settings. Click on the arrow just below Align To at the bottom right of the Align palette and select Align to Artboard. In the Freebies folder, navigate to Lisa Glanz's geometric pattern. Open the file and use your selection tool to select the pattern square on the artboard. Press Command-C to copy, then Command-W to close that file. Back in the main layout, press Command-V to paste. At the top of the artboard, or in your transform palette, change the width to 5.75 inches and the height to 8.75 inches. In the Transparency palette, change the blend mode to luminosity and the opacity to 15%. Now we'll lock this layer. In the Layers palette, click the Create New Layer icon. Double-click the layer name and change it to Florals. In the Lisa Glanz Freebies folder, open the Floral Elements file. Select the Cream Branches element and press Command-C to copy. Go back to your main layout and press Command-V to paste. Open your color palette and change the CMYK values to 10, 5, 5, 45. Now go to Object, Transform Scale and enter a uniform scale of 65%. Position the branch so it's bleeding off the left side of the artboard and vertically centered. Go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Select Vertical and hit Copy. Drag the reflected copy to the top left corner of the artboard. Then go to Object, Transform, Rotate and enter -30 degrees. Position so that you're starting to form a framed shape around the outside of the card. Use your selection tool to select the first branch. Hold Option and drag up to create a copy. Hover over the corner handle of the copy until you see the curved double-sided arrow. Click and rotate left 115 degrees. Position in the top middle of the artboard. Now hold Shift and use your selection tool to select all three branches. Go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Choose Vertical and click Copy. Hold Shift and use your mouse to drag the copied branches to the right until they're in the same relative position as the original branches on the right side of the artboard. Back in the Lisa Gland's Floral Elements file, select the branch with several pink flowers. Copy it and paste it into the main layout file. Go to Object Transform Scale and enter a uniform scale of 75%, then press OK. Use the corner handles to rotate about 60 degrees to the right. Then position the branch on the left of the artboard over the reflected gray branch. With the pink flower branch still selected, go to Object Transform Reflect. Choose Vertical and hit Copy. Drag the copy to the right side of the artboard. Position a little higher than the flowers on the left side and add a little extra rotation to the right, about -20 degrees. We want to give a more natural look that isn't an exact duplicate of the left side. Go back to the Floral Elements file and copy the single pink flower. Paste it into the main layout. We'll sprinkle a few of these individual pink flowers on either side of the frame. With the flower selected, hold Shift to maintain aspect ratio and use the corner handles to reduce the scale to about 80% of its current size. Then use the corner handles to rotate about 65 degrees and position the flower at the top left of the artboard. With the flower still selected, hold Option, then click and drag down to create a copy. Position the copy below the large bunch of pink flowers on the left side, and use the corner handles to reduce its size to about 80% again. Use the Option plus Drag technique to create another copy. Rotate this one about 75 degrees and place it below the last one. Continue duplicating, scaling, and rotating 3 to 4 more flowers for the right side. Go to the Floral Elements file one last time and copy the yellow flower. You can close the file now. Paste the yellow flower into the main layout. Go to Object Transform Scale and enter a uniform scale of 30%. Then press OK. We'll place this little guy in the top left corner. Hold Option, then click and drag out to make a copy. Position the copy to the right of the first yellow flower. Now we'll make 3 more copies and sprinkle them throughout the branches on the left side. Repeat this process for the right side. Add 1 flower to the top and 4 more sprinkled along the right. And that's our floral frame. Now go to your Layers palette and lock the Florals layer, and we'll add some text. Create a new layer and name it Text. Select your Type tool, click once on the artboard and type Joseph Violet. Include 3 or 4 spaces between the 2 names. In your color palette, change the color to 0280. In your character palette, change the font to a whimsical hand-drawn font, like Silhouette. Then increase the size so the words are large enough to fit almost edge to edge. With Silhouette, that's about 80 point. Position at the bottom of the artboard, centered. In the Freebies folder, navigate to the banner file from the pen and brush. Copy the banner and paste it into the main layout. With the banner selected, use the eyedropper tool to sample the predominant pink from the flowers. Now go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 35% and press OK. Position the banner between Joseph and Violet. Now select your pen tool. Click once on the bottom left side of the banner and again on the upper right side to create a path for text. In the toolbar, click on the text tool icon and hold until you see the flyout menu. In the flyout menu, choose the Type on a Path tool. Click once directly on the path we've just created and type "and." It'll be too big to see at this point. In the toolbar, select your selection tool. Open your character palette and change the font to the same one you used for Joseph and Violet. Reduce the size until you can see the word. For me, it's silhouette at 22 point. If your text isn't centered on the path, you may need to adjust the left and right bounds. Use your direct selection tool to drag the edges as needed. Select your regular text tool again. Click once on the artboard under Joseph and Violet and type "Save the date, May 4th, 2017. Again, leave 3 to 4 spaces between the two sections of text. In the character palette, use the same font as everything previously, and make the size a little larger than "and." I'm using 28 point here. In the Pen and Brush Freebies folder, open the Doodle Heart file. Copy the heart and paste it into the main layout. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 15%. Press OK. Position in the open space between Save the Date and the date. I'll need to add a few extra spaces to make room for the heart. With your heart selected, use the eyedropper tool to sample the color of the gray branches. Now navigate to the Type and Graphics Lab Freebie folder and open the banner file. Copy the banner and paste it into the main layout. Normally, I'm staunchly against stretching any element. In this case, the nature of this element will let us stretch it without compromising the quality. Drag the banner down until it's sitting over the Save the Date section and centered on the artboard. Use the corner handles to drag out the left and right sides until they're almost as wide as Joseph and Violet. In the color palette, change the CMYK build to 73, 61, 51, 35. To send the banner behind the text and doodle heart, press Command left bracket twice. Use your selection tool to select the Save the Date text line, then switch to your eyedropper tool and sample the pink from the banner between Joseph and Violet. Select the "and" text and use the eyedropper to sample the blue from the banner under Save the Date. In the Layers palette, lock the text layer. Now create a new layer and name it Characters. If you're working just from the freebie files, you'll just go into the Lisa Glanz folder and select Portrait Man, and you'll just grab this guy, copy him, and paste them into the layout. But I want to show you guys a little bit of the character creator that comes with this week's bundle. I'm not going to use the background, but there's a choice of backgrounds available. And I'm just going to go through and show you a few of the available options. For our card, we're going to use a semi-formal guy. Dark skin, curly hair. I'm going to keep him in a white shirt. Then I'm going to go into accessories, and I'll give him some freckles and some sunglasses. Lastly, I'm going to give him a hip little hat. Now that I'm happy with the character, I'm going to select all and copy, and then paste that into the main layout file. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 85%, then press OK. We'll position him in the open area just left of center. Now we'll do the female character. I'm going to use a lady with fair skin and auburn hair. We have a ton of options on clothing. I'm going to go with the 1950s dress and change up the pattern a little. For accessories, we're going to go with some, a teal scarf and some teal glasses. Now that we're happy with this character, we'll copy and paste into the main layout file. Again, go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 85% and press OK. Position the woman to the right of the man so that their feet line up, and she's slightly overlapping him with her dress and hair. Now, we don't want to cover our guy with hair, so we'll send her hair behind. Use your selection tool and drag across the top of the woman, across the hair, face, glasses, scarf, and body above the dress. Then press Command left bracket. Now I'm just going to make a few minor adjustments to the positioning. Alright, now we can lock the characters layer. We're done with the front. How cute are these guys? Depending on how you plan on sending your save the date card, you may need to reserve the back for mailing info or additional details. I'm going to go with a simple solid pink background. Create a new layer and name it Back. At the top of the artboard, click on Document Setup, click the button on the top right that says Edit Artboards. Click Option Shift, then click and drag to the right to duplicate the current artboard. In the toolbar, select the Rectangle tool. Draw a rectangle that covers the entire second artboard, including the bleed. Then use the eyedropper tool to sample the pink in the And banner. And we're done! Whether it's your outcome for this tutorial or something new, head over to our Facebook page and share it with us. Let us know what you think in the comments below and give us a thumbs up if you like the tutorial. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/designcuts to get more video tutorials and regular updates, or visit us at designcuts.com. Thanks for watching. Till next time!